Welcome to the Jamodi podcast. We are all surrounded by amazing coaches and leaders. So let's get an inside look at not just what they do, but how they do what they do. After all, becoming the best versions of ourselves is Jamodi, just a matter of doing it.
What's up, Coach? Are you looking for a way to elevate your off-season skill development? Well, look no further. With the Bology app, you can build a workout with our library or create your own content. Send that workout to your players, and then your players complete the workout by recording their session on their phones. You can monitor and encourage competition with our leaderboards for every workout. Bology offers player development solutions in the palm of your hands. Get your team started today by going to bology.com for more info.
So you kind of talked about the time that it takes being a coach. What are some of those daily habits, though, that you feel like set you up for success?
Okay, daily habits. I think, for one, the best habit that I have is I try to start my day with the Word of God, and I try to end my work day with the Word of God. You know, because I feel like we as human beings could work so hard, and we could, try our best to have good relationships with people and, put together the perfect practice plan or whatever it is. But I feel like if it doesn't have God's favor on it, you won't have sustained prosperity. But I think to kind of get to the nuts and bolts of what I think is a big part of what I do as far as the habits that I have on a day to day. So I wake up 5 o'clock in the morning, every morning for the most part, even on weekends sometimes. And so I got the Bible app on my phone. And with that app, it'll send me a notification. And so I'll start with the Word and I'll do a devotional like 5 minutes. I gotta have a really good breakfast, but maybe not really good. I got this taco place I go to. I get a breakfast taco every morning before school, man. Eggs and bacon. They know my order.
They know it. That's what I was going to say.
Yeah. And then I gotta have a coffee.
Yeah.
I gotta have that coffee to start more because I need that energy. I need that pick me up to really get through my day. And I say in the middle of it, I need that structure and organization of like a action item list. And so I'm always putting things on an action item list for me to do. And that could be education based. It could be something regarding running the program. Do I need to go up front and check the mail? Do I need to go to the bookkeeper about some money? Like whatever it is I need to do within my day, and even like practice planning and scout, whatever, it's all in those action items that I write down. And that just kind of keeps me structured. And then fast forward to like after practices or after workouts. I got a good coaching staff. And so I got some guys that want to be head coaches. And so we're going to always do some type of brainstorm session after workouts. That might be 5 minutes. It might be 10 minutes. And we'll talk about just different things. Our main, let's just say kind of catchphrase around here is win the day every day. And so we'll have all of our players on the board and they'll either get an arrow up or arrow down. And we'll do that every day just to kind of constantly quantify where we are as a staff. And then, like I say, I like to end with the Word. So before I leave my office, I don't know if you've seen a Joel Osteen cube. It's like a little blue cube. Matter of fact, I'm doing some free advertising.
Yeah.
Little blue cube right here, right? And so on the cube, you can hit like daily affirmation, sermon, daily inspiration. So I'll listen to something every day before I leave. And I got this idea. I was assistant coach at Goose Creek Memorial. I'll shout out Jamal Heyman. So we would stay up all night, man, on the board at Goose Creek. And at Goose Creek, we made a deep run. We went to the regional tournament 5A here. And so we never left the office without hearing a word from Joel Osteen. And that's something I carried over into being a head coach that I think really impacts just my daily habits.
Man, thank you for sharing. I love the flow that your day has, starting in the Word, ending in the Word. That's a great nugget right there, a great approach. Tell me a little bit more about the arrows up and arrows down. Like what? Because I like the idea of getting together with your staff, and also love the idea of talking about your players. What makes an arrow go up? What makes an arrow go down?
If we felt like a player got 1% better that day. So the arrow up, so let's say we have our number one guard, right? he could get an arrow down just because maybe whenever we went into some competitive situations, he didn't play well. You know, the arrow up is like vice versa. You have a guy that really played hard. And then sometimes that arrow up will dictate a kid going up a whole nother position.
Hmm.
So we're real full transparency here. So all of our guards that play the 1, 2, and 3 spot, they're in a ranking system. And when they come into my office to the snack box, so we got this little snack box, they'll come grab snacks and go in and out. They'll look at the board and see where they are. And they'll see that arrow 9 times out of 10. And so it's just a way that we encourage everybody to win the day every day. Every day counts. You got to get 1% better. And those arrows basically kind of dictate if a kid potentially moves up or down in a couple of days. Yeah, based on their positioning.
Man, I love hearing that it's right out there in front for everybody to see. Good. Also, great idea with the snacks. You want players to hang around and to show up, have some food. And so that's really good. But the fact that those aren't just a list or an idea that you and your coaches have and are talking about, kind of an evaluation tool there, but the fact that players can also see that, they can see themselves and their trajectory moving up and down. They can, and comparing sometimes is not bad, comparing it to your teammates. Like when you see, because that can uplift them when they see, because of their hard work, they are moving the right direction. That comparison is great. Now, if they compare to others and because of where they stand or where others are moving, they allow that to defeat themselves, then we have to talk about how comparison can be a bad thing. But I think that's a great tool, man.
And it's a conversation piece too.
Yeah.
Some kids, they'll ask, like, so what did I do to get a down arrow? And I might recall 3 plays. Remember, there was a loose ball and you didn't dive on the floor. Remember those box outs you missed today? So tomorrow, if I see you do those things, you might get an arrow up.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's just a way to quantify all the little things that maybe aren't captured at the end of the day.
Man, clarity is something that players want. When players go home and talk to the parents and they have really no idea of what we're thinking about their game, about their role, that lack of clarity, I feel like, is where a lot of problems come in. A lot of miscommunication comes in, or players are guessing what you think. When they see the arrow and then they ask the question, they get clarity on what you see. And like you said, I think that is a great conversation starter. Or on the other side of it too, it's a great way just to celebrate players. Like when they see the arrow up, man, maybe ask them why. Like, why do you feel like I had a positive arrow yesterday, or you're moving in the right direction? Oh, it's because I'm really playing hard. Yeah. Like I see that in you. So I think great tool.
Thank you for checking out today's episode. Please take a moment to subscribe to this podcast, share it with your fellow coaches, and find us on social media for what's coming up next on the Jamodi podcast. It's just a matter of doing it.